Okay, guys and gals, or whoever might be listening. One sec. I just have to move something. Sorry about that. I have my heater going, and my nose is kind of clogged up. So if I sound funny, which is unusual for me. So I'm guessing. Well, the sky is gray, so God knows what's going on out there. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to show you was it's spook night, and I wanted to. Okay, I wasn't quite ready. I wanted to make sure the volume was okay. Here, let's do this. Just bear with me for one moment, and I appreciate your understanding. Okay. Well, I'm going to turn it just a tad, and then we can turn it down. So, all right. So, enjoy listening to Doug McGregor on X on Judge Knapp's show, and I oftentimes go through there and I will listen to some of these interviews, and they're pretty good. Okay, but not all of them. I mean, Larry Johnson, they call him ex CIA. Oh yeah, sure, right, and I mean, gosh, I have been just going crazy with my searches, but they're not being saved by Brave. They're being deleted. So no, he is definitely a spooky one. Um, by spook, I mean intel. Okay. Um, but this whole thing with Halloween, everybody, happy Halloween, happy. Why? I mean, it's a spook holiday. It used to be about going out and trick or treating. I, I know people that are making like a 2-3 day holiday out of this. I'm like, this is insane. I mean, it's a pagan holiday. And then I'm listening to this. Okay, hang on. Okay, if he has an ad, we're going to skip through
Hi,
it.
everyone.
Oh,
Judge
no,
Andrew
here.
Napolitano here for Judging Freedom.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Today is Friday, October 31st, 2025. In the U.S., it's our crazy holiday of Halloween. But notwithstanding Halloween, Colonel Douglas...
Well, why is it considered a holiday? I mean, it's not a holiday. It's a day. It's trick or treat. It's a pagan, weird, spooky thing. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you there is a lot of crime that goes on this day, this day. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that there is uh, a very historic site, and it was named a basilica. Gosh, excuse me, by I think the Pope, who has to declare something to be basilica, but it's a Carmelite monastery, and it's about maybe 30, 40 miles north of Milwaukee. And one year, and it has the Stations of the Cross with huge structures and statues depicting the Passion of Jesus. Okay. Uh, and, I mean, it's a long route, and you can take it and walk up and down it. Like I used to go during, like if I was working or just had a spare time during my week, and I would drive there and walk up and down there for exercise because it's on a hilly area, And these kids, like, for example, one of the stations is the crucifixion, the agony in the garden, the carrying of the cross, right? And it, um, kids came and painted pentagrams and 666 and devil horns and all this shit. I think it was like 2004, 5, 6, or it was in the early twos, and it's disgusting. There's all kinds of weird stuff that goes on. But why is everybody making such a big deal about this? It's become more or less an adult holiday right now. By the boomers, essentially. And, for example, my brother has been out celebrating for 2 days and would not make. I needed his help with some stuff, and he's like, "Well, I can't. It's trick or treat." I said, "It's trick or treat," because he's told me he doesn't even like his current neighbors. I'm like, okay, how? It's a weird road that he lives on. I'm like, how many kids are even going to come up to your door? And what are you going to just sit by the door and pass out candy on a Friday night? Because that's not him, And then I said, trick or treat. I said, what the hell? I said, just, let's get together because he's supposed to help me with some stuff. And, well, he's like, I can't. We're having a big, huge party in the neighborhood. I'm like, well, you've told me that your neighbors don't even talk to you, the new ones that live there, and they are weird. I mean, I saw him when I was out there, a while back, and his neighbor was cutting the lawn and wouldn't even look up. And he didn't have headphones on, and he was real weird looking, So I don't know what he's doing. Then he texted me last night and he said, oh, it's mischief night at the corner dive bar. And I'm like, you don't have any corner dive bars there, but whatever. He's in a weird suburban area. It's on sort of an area where whatever, if you cross one road, it's real, that's just Milwaukee is weird and the burbs are weird. But it's a western suburb of Milwaukee. And I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna, I don't argue I'm not pushing anybody, if they want to go to 2 days worth of Halloween parties. It was ridiculous. So in the Catholic Church, I mean, they're within the last decade or more, they've just said, no, don't celebrate it. It's pagan night, whatever. So I told him that, and of course he thinks I'm being a tight ass. Okay, so here, so kids get candy. Okay.
Gregor joins us now. Colonel, it's a pleasure. It's the second time this week. We've had so many things happen at the tail end of the week that I felt the need to invite you back, and you acquiesced, and I'm deeply grateful for that.
He overdoes it with some of the pleasantries. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I appreciate that, but nonetheless.
I want to talk to you about big picture. Is the Trump administration about to lie us into another war?
Yeah.
But the president has said some unique things in the past 48 hours that I need to ask you about, particularly with respect to nuclear weapons. He has said that thanks to his first administration, the United States has more nuclear weapons than any other country.
No.
He has said that he has ordered testing of nuclear weapons to begin immediately, and he's doing so because other countries are testing theirs. Are any of these statements accurate, Colonel?
Well, the short answer is no. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Halloween and point out that I made an exception. This is a high druidic holiday in my family.
Okay, did you hear this? I mean, I know he's joking it because he has a very bizarre sense of humor. I sometimes think he's a little buzzed when he does stuff, but this is weird. This is, for me, this is really got my ears up.
Well, the short answer is no. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Halloween and point out that I made an exception. This is a high druidic holiday in my family. So I had to part ways with some of my fellow.
A high druidic holiday. I had to part ways with
druids who are headed out to the Glen here for the big.
I had to part way with some of my fellow druids. What in the fuck is this guy talking about?
And he's doing so because other countries are testing theirs. Are any of these statements accurate, Colonel?
Well, the short answer is no. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Halloween and point out that I made an exception. This is a high druidic holiday in my family. So I had to part ways with some of my fellow druids who are headed out to the Glen here for the big celebration later tonight.
I'm sure you.
Oh my God.
You can join them.
Listen to this.
Well, it's getting tougher and tougher, you know. We're running out of virgins. What can I say? Anyway, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Later tonight.
I'm sure you can join them.
Well, it's getting tougher and tougher, you know. We're running out of virgins. What can I say? Anyway, yeah.
I mean, this is how I'm taking it. Sacrificing a virgin? Is he being tongue in cheek here? Is this something that. Okay, so I know you guys are going to think that I'm a little off the wall, but.
Later tonight.
I'm sure you can join them.
Well, it's getting tougher and tougher, you know. We're running out of virgins. What can I say? Anyway,
he's wearing all black. Okay.
Yeah, I think President Trump has made some interesting remarks. That
Trump is out of his mind. Okay. Okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to get out of the way. So there's more. There is more. There should be. The shit with Kirk is getting more and more weird. Now, I am posting a really strange video. I just kind of flew through it. I have it ready to go on my on the channel. I just have to make it private or public. Okay. So there's a crisis actor that is out.
The political assassination.
My head feels heavy.
The feelings were still raw.
I don't think I've ever seen someone die.
This is so bizarre. There were not that many people here, and this is CGI. And I mean, there is no possible way. No way, no how, no. This has been created to be something it was not. How could this be all fuzzy? Everyone has a flag cap on and a baseball cap and a lot of, I mean, does this look like a college age person? Because his role was to get the youth activated. And I'm sort of like, youth activation or getting youth activated. So that would be the 18 plus crowd. And bringing in votes for Trump and working on him. He worked for Trump for 3 months in 2016. Well, he didn't work for him, but he did not support him. And I had great information. I had it saved. I had it bookmarked. And when I went back to it, I used a Brave search engine. It said, with one of those stupid ass exclamation points and a triangle, unable to fetch original information. Then it had new information. I've been getting this a lot. It had new information at that point that was completely contradictory to the initial conversation I was having with the Brave AI. So it's just bullshit. So here's a crisis actor. Here he is first. Here.
Him last night at the borderline shooting. My son was in Las Vegas with a lot of his friends.
This is to draw Christians in. Nations have aired this guy, and he gives the story where he wants
Well, it looks like a Kabbalah bracelet to me, but who knows?
to talk about how he was reading a story to his daughter the night of the shooting about love, and he couldn't even do it. He was crying. Then he goes on to talk about hate, about people who are cheering for. These are all bullet points that came right out of the shooting that we're hearing now in the mainstream. This whole canceling of anybody out there cheering for Charlie Kirk's death. None of these people even thinking that these.
Who the hell is running around cheering for his death when he really wasn't even popular? What I'm trying to say is he wasn't a factor. Why is this shit being shoved down my throat?
Are actually actors. So love, hate, duping, delight. This interview has got it all. And keep in mind, he wants to describe how close he was to the scene. He wants to describe that he was literally the closest person to Charlie Kirk when Charlie Kirk was shot. So it makes you feel like, wow, this guy was as close. I felt close.
I'm going to be honest with you. This dude, a call for an uprising. I realize my videos are not professional. And FYI, he does not show his face either, and I don't intend to. Not right now. Well, I think the internet is going to be 100% dead within a few years. And it's happening fast. Get some books if you can, some reference books. Okay. More on that another time. But I mean, what's really weird is how the information I had saved on my computer changes overnight, or in less than 24 hours. In like 10 hours, it's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? So I just want you to, this guy, I mean, I realize I don't always have the most professional sounding voice, and my acoustics are here and there depending upon where I'm sitting here. And, but this guy's kind of, his voice is kind of a little bit annoying.
When I saw it on TV, I felt close, like I was there because they showed it to me, because I don't know what hypnotism is. And of course, I'm pretending to be the common sheeple out there, and that's the way that they're all thinking. But this guy wants you to know how close he was to the scene, so don't question if he was there or not. He was literally...
What is this? Why does he have the two fingers up like that?
You can see the splatter shooting out of his neck, or should we say his blood squib.
He said his neck, but then he pointed to the right side, not the left.
Take a look at our newest crisis actor, who will soon be nominated alongside Charlie Kirk's wife for this year's Crisis Actor Academy Awards.
I was maybe 10 or 15 feet away when it happened.
This is blurred out, but it looks to me like he's at a hospital, doesn't it?
I was doing okay.
He's trying so hard to cry.
And then I was putting my 5-year-old to bed.
Everyone is saying that they were 15 feet away. Yet.
And she had me read her story about love. I just couldn't finish the story. I was thinking about Charlie's little girls, his wife.
Oh my God.
He was such
His teeth are pearly white, aren't they?
a powerful human being, and at 31 years old.
A powerful human being at 31 years old.
the things that he accomplished.
The things that he accomplished. No, he was given money to start an organization that donated millions of dollars to various candidates. The person that did the donations, his name is Foster Freeze. He did die, like really die, in 2021. I think of cancer. What else? He also gave seed money to Tucker Carlson.
It's like, we got some candles here, and I couldn't hold a candle to that at this moment.
Where is this?
I was closer than any of the students, closer than maybe one security guard between him and I. And I heard the pop, and
Pop? With a rifle that they always say pop or a shot rang out.
I knew immediately it was a gunshot.
Why?
And as soon as I thought that was a gunshot, I saw Charlie's neck and the blood.
Wrong side.
And I just knew instantly that there was no chance that he was going to survive.
Oh my God.
I take NMN every morning.
What is NMN?
Good question. So about 20 years ago,
I tell you, this thing pisses me
To
off.
survive. I saw a Facebook post from someone.
What hospital is this?
That
They blur out the hospital.
they were at the event too, and
Okay.
a man from England commented that you are carrying deep-rooted hatred. Move away from that and move into
These guys aren't even doing anything. What are they doing?
hostility, hate, and anger. Society can't exist.
So this guy couldn't even muster up a tear, right? But then
Skylar Baird. These names are getting more and more ridiculous.
I wanted to make sure they show you these people who are at these events so they can give you the talk.
Now, I'm going to say, if he was right in front and couldn't wait to see the man that accomplished so much in his life, who basically, whatever, he worked for Trump after the convention, after Trump's nomination. Prior to that, no, he did not support Trump at all. All right, so we're finished with this guy. He's crazy. Okay. Now. I had something pulled up. Hang on a minute. Well, this could be it. Oh my God. See, oh my God. Oh, no, this is Andrew. Oh my God.
We walked out, and sure enough, I could hear the clicking going on in the background. You could see them.
I despise this app. I just wanted to say, if Trump and the FBI here are saying this is a hoax, how come it's a hoax here but not in the UK? This is not what I wanted. Oh boy. Did I just forget to bring this one up? Oh no. Ugh, okay. Well, I guess I did. Well, it's Ted Cruz, so okay. Well, I had this thing up. Wow. Oh my God. I'm going to pause it while I find it. This is bullshit. I apologize. Oh, no, no. Oh, no.
Don't speak what you don't understand.
Okay. So sorry about that. Yeah, I know. You're going to criticize me for having too many tabs open and stuff. All right. So he was here. Like I said, I just everything keeps coming up differently. I'm just going crazy. Okay. So here he is a year ago. The name of the video. This is it's so incendiary. The name of the video is Charlie Kirk schools white dudes for Harris at UW-Madison. What the fuck? He's schooling white dudes for Harris. So let's take a look at this. Let's talk about University of Wisconsin-Madison. I have been on that campus or around it hundreds of times because I used to travel there several times a week at the hospital for my job. Obviously, I was working with medical students and doctors. Everybody knows that campus. Everybody knows how big it is. It's the largest college campus in the state. I think it has 60,000 students, which isn't that big, but I know this town. I know how to get around it. I'm sure it's a pain in the ass by now, but to drive, because the city has gotten bigger, because they started shipping a bunch of people like during Obama, Biden, and making a bunch of low income housing units available and opening a bunch of biotech research labs and all kinds of weird stuff. Okay. So the city has grown. No, I don't think there are 60,000 students there. I'm sorry. I have to look that number up. It could be that. So, okay. So I know this place very well. Plus I used to take my cats to the vet school there. Well, they actually have a vet clinic there, which is just fantastic. And it's very big. It's kind of interesting because people actually drive up with their sick horses and cows, if you can believe it. So it's interesting, and they helped me with a couple of my cats. I spent probably about $15,000 there in one of my cat stays. I'm not joking. I liquidated a bunch of money because I just that she was getting MRIs and stuff. So yeah, something like that. They keep saying, well, we need to be paid up front every day. They kept her there. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, okay. So my cat was not ready to go. Let's just put it that way. But then I drop off, my pets, and then I'd go work. I'd either go to the VA or I'd go to the hospital, and then I'd go back and get my pets, who were just adored by the staff. Okay. So they don't look college age to me. But he's schooling a white dude. This guy doesn't even look white. This guy is clearly an adult. probably just hanging out in the neighborhood. This looks to me to be a house, a private residence. It looks to me to be just a typical early 20s bungalow, which are all over this state in the main cities, all around me right here. I owned one myself. So this is what it appears to be. It looks like somebody's front porch right here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, you've got about 40 to 50 people there. I'm going to go ahead and say I've never seen any of these events where it has been more. Yet we are made to believe this whole thing is something that it was not. This is spooky. This is scary. Another thing, we have murders here every week. We usually have one shooting a night, or people are getting run over by cars, or people are involved in situations where we had some guy 1 or 2 nights ago driving the wrong way on an expressway, a major thoroughfare, going toward Madison, Chicago, and I believe, and there was a woman who was a passenger and a guy going the wrong way on the expressway hit her. She had very serious injuries, probably similar to mine, based on what I read. And she was pregnant, and because she had a pelvic area fracture, she lost the baby, which I did bring up in my victim impact statement last year. It's just been a really horrific year. So we've got golden age, my ass. I'm trying to see what this is here. So whenever they do really, really tight, close up photography, it's usually they're trying to make it look like there are more people there than this is bullshit.
Notoriously anti-Civil Rights Act.
Well, again, I explained that earlier. There's parts of it that were good.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I've got to turn this volume up. I can't hear it unless I'm on my speaker, and it might be kind of loud. So just so you know. Oh, he's got a Maha shirt on here. But this was a year ago. I guess Maha had started, but I'm not sure. This is kind of weird because if this was a year ago, I think at that point, he always wears black and white. I think at this point, Trump had asked Kennedy to join. This was before the general election in 2024. But this is so fucking sus. It's not funny. All right, so this guy is like, this just looks almost staged, doesn't it? And this is not a youth. This woman here. She's a slightly overweight lady wearing a peach caftan. Let's just call it like it is. I'm just making observations. Here's this dude again, who I'm pretty sure was the same guy that was standing behind Trump in Butler.
I want to know what your idea for not only black liberation, but liberation for any type of.
What does he mean by black liberation? And why is the name of the video, He Schools White Dude? Why is she wearing a Kabbalah bracelet? Why does this look so staged? Why do these not look like students to me? Is this part of the youth? This guy just looks like a drunk or a meth head.
Of minority that was protected through the Civil Rights Act.
She's telling him what to say. This one, watch. Now, I could see how he's not a white dude. He's a mix of some sort. This guy's bald and is wearing a rug. Sorry, Cindy with a Y.
I want to know what your idea for like not only black liberation, but like
this is so ridiculous. And here's a guy with a Trump hat on. So really, who's he educating here?
Liberation for any type of minority that was protected through the Civil Rights Act. Like what your idea for that would be if it wasn't there.
Yeah, again, I said it earlier that the part of the Civil Rights Act that disallowed.
Okay. He always does this with his mouth. He has clearly been trained by someone how to speak, body gestures, etc. He is always fidgeting with something and grabbing something. Looks to me like he has tea. Looks like a tea bag. Which, I mean, this shit's going to go cold. There isn't a Starbucks right there. There might be, but you'd have to walk. I mean, this is a difficult area to get around. It's circular. Everything is built around the state capitol. There are lots of one-way streets. It's a bitch. If you kind of know the shortcuts, it's helpful. But any way you slice it, campus is a bitch to get on. I know it. I know it well.
Businesses from administering services based on race. That was a good part. The other parts that created this.
Look at the way he's playing with this pen. He's trying to balance a pen on a finger, and look at his mouth. And he's doing a JD here because he's wearing eyeshadow for sure.
This
look at
ridiculously over.
Does he seem like he's really engaged with someone playing with the Sharpie? He's got his water, he's got his tea, he's got his whatever over here. It's called the Brainwashed Tour. You're being brainwashed. Yes, we are. He's telling you everything he's doing up front. Let's see what else this idiot does. Watch his ring on his left hand.
Anti-racist bureaucracy was ridiculous, and now it's being
like what parts?
Well, for example, the parts that give us the enforcement on the Voting Rights Act, which says that So I'll give you an example. Merrick Garland recently said that
he's interrupting him.
States cannot have voter ID because it's a violation of the Civil Rights Act. So that's insane.
Well, we all know that's not true. But on the other hand, Merrick Garland may have said that. Merrick Garland is all over the Oklahoma City bombing. That's another issue. But Wisconsin did, after many, 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 many years, we got two things from Scott Walker, who Charlie supported. Now, I'm wondering, was he here at Walker's announcement in 2015? Because I was there. I was in an overflow tent. And Fox News was there taping a Hannity episode with Scott. Supposedly, Kirk was told by his master, Foster Friess, one of them, to support Scott. I believe that he doesn't act on his own accord. But that's just me. Foster Friess, as I've said, gave money to Scott Walker when Scott Walker had a recall campaign in the early 2000s. Oh, no, in the 2010s. And helped to buttress Scott up. Despite what a lot of people say, I don't believe that he ever would have. I used to do work for these guys. I know them. One of them was my neighbor for 6 years, and then he moved. And I know he was grassroots until the big money started pushing him around. And then he lost re-election. I just don't think he had his finger on the pulse. I think that run for president in 2016, I'm talking about Scott Walker, really fucked his chances up. And people weren't paying attention. And I was talking to someone who's very involved with inside government shit and contracting for the Defense Department of War. And I said to him, I think it was a dry run for 2020 when he lost in 2018. But we did get a voter ID law passed here. What is with the way he clenches his jaw? See, this is the latest thing.
Because the Civil Rights Act went as far to say
No, he's got a black ring on, but not his wedding ring. But he would have been married. Look at how fat this chick is. Is she pregnant?
not just disparate encounter, but disparate impact.
You see how he's making his hand sign?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So
I get that.
So the impact goes too far for me. Now, for example, if you go to a Walgreens and someone says blacks shall not come in, that should obviously be illegal. But if it says that, hey, at Walgreens, black customers are stopped more for shoplifting than white customers, then they have come into stores, by the way, and big settlements have been paid because it's a violation of the Civil Rights Act, even though it turns out that the black shoplifters were like actually shoplifting more on average than white shoplifters.
I have no idea what this guy is talking about right now, but he is hyped up on something chemical. Charlie, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it all depends what neighborhood you're in, okay? Because he's still out there somewhere. It all depends what neighborhood you're in. If you're in the middle of the hood, yeah. On the other hand, I've been to a Walgreens where people have run out with stolen goods, and they run out the door, and this isn't actually in 2017 or 16. And I was carrying in my pocket at that time. And I saw some guy looking at me and watching every move I made. And I said, oh my God. And I got my gun out, and I thought, well, hang on to your purse and get ready, because this dude's about ready to steal the car or something. Take the keys and run off. This happens all the time here. And instead, he had his, jacket zipped up halfway. And in his jacket, he just started grabbing stuff off the shelf and putting it in his jacket. And he ran out and he started running really fast. And the black girls, I'd say they were all teenagers going to some dollar store or something. Well, when we used to have dollar stores, yelling, yay, run. So he's just like spouting off a bunch. It's almost like this entire thing was rehearsed. Now here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does this look like youth? Look at this big old fat lady. Is this mobilizing the youth? Is this youth? And what in the hell is this guy doing? He's got all of his hand signals going. He's got his mouth sort of, it's like he's real stiff, like all of his like, but he's just, but he's not like talking in a manner, he's not having a real conversation. He's just spewing a bunch of shit. I mean, if you want to know the real reason, back even in 2016, now this was in 2024 before the election, Walgreens has a policy in place where the clerks have been told they are not allowed to call the police unless it is, and then they have to wait till the store closes, do inventory, and then and only then are they allowed to report the crime and have it investigated if the dollar amount stolen, I think she said under 900, it has to be over $900. So these, you can go in and pretty much do whatever you want and run out and nothing will happen.
So disparate impact is very, very dangerous.
Okay.
And that's where the Civil
Disparate impact?
Rights Act allowed us to go.
Okay, I get that. But I also have another question.
He's not really answering the question. He's not educating anyone. He's not schooling anyone. He's just saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
About like student protests regarding any, you've been notoriously against like, you know, like the Black Lives Matter protests, the Palestinian encampment that was here last year.
One a little less, but yeah.
Yeah. But then like, if I'm not mistaken, you're pretty pro like anti-COVID, like anti-restriction for COVID protesters. Like protests, just to be clear, I'm pro like any sort of.
Just so you know, this county and this city is the most vaccinated in the state.
Protest, like I'm pro.
I think they all should have a right.
Yes.
Of course.
But like when protest has been shown to like voice the opinion of the people and create change in a very like in a way that could be systemic in the future, why do you pick and choose certain protests and certain gatherings to like to go against?
To be clear, they all should be legal. I mean,
Yes.
unless you're occupying a campus illegally,
Yeah.
which was happening, or harassing kids on the way to class, you don't have a right to do that.
But there was also some of that on the way around. But
Burped.
Sorry, what?
And then just keep on going.
Or in BLM, you have a right
Yeah.
to march for that, but you don't have a right to loot stores, right?
Yeah, but then there's also like a lot of like.
Look at his face, right? He's making all kinds of weird facial gestures.
But you don't have a right to loot stores, right?
Yeah, but then there's also like a lot of like.
You guys, this is the most creepy man on the planet. He's just a nasty piece of work. But again, there's no one there.
Like black liberation movements like used violence as a
Look at his facial expressions.
Yes, I agree, and that was wrong.
Yeah, but then there wouldn't be.
There wouldn't be what?
There wouldn't be.
There wouldn't be, and the guy's talking, there wouldn't be what? He's badgering and bullying these kids. He's not having a discussion, an open, calm discussion. And this is what I think really bothers me. His attitude and the way he behaves doesn't help anything. It doesn't change anything. It just, for me, I just want you to know, for me personally, it turns me off. It like makes me go, ick. You know, things that make you go, ugh. I'm so turned off by this. He's like purposely saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. He's not listening. He's not paraphrasing this guy, like saying, so my understanding is you have a concern about protests being made illegal, which they are. Some of them have been made. I'll keep going. I mean, we're going to keep going with this because there are a few more points I want to make. But this,
equal rights. Like there was.
Well, are there? Well, hold on a second. I'm against the Civil Rights Act in its current writing.
Yes,
So
I mean, but
so
like
I'm
there's-
very consistent in that. So I don't think.
Yeah, but
violence.
there's
Wasn't that back in the 60s, Charlie? Why are you against it? I think what he's against is affirmative action, which is legitimate, but people will argue about that. But he's not having a two-way debate. He's just interrupting, he's bullying, he's badgering. He's just not like this nice, engaging person having a conversation. So for me, I will never learn anything new from someone that comes off like this because he's not even allowing you to do that. He's just saying, fuck you. Again, that's what my vibe.
a good chance that there wouldn't be like.
Look at his mouth. Look at, what is this? Wait a minute.
An option for like.
He's like, look at his facial expressions.
Like there was.
Well, are there? Well, hold on a second. I'm against the Civil Rights Act in its current writing.
Yes,
So
I mean, but
so
like
I'm very consistent in that. So I don't think.
Yeah, but there's a good
got us
chance that there
anywhere.
wouldn't be like.
What is this? He has a light blue eyeshadow on. Why is he makes faces constantly? Look at, why is he wearing, if he was married to Erica and had 2 children at this point, I believe. Here's the picture of youth in Wisconsin. This guy's not young. Okay.
An option for like businesses to discriminate against
Look
black
at
people.
this. With the umbrella here.
There wouldn't be what?
There wouldn't be equal rights. Like there was.
Well, are there? Well, hold on a second. I'm against the Civil Rights Act in its current writing.
Yes,
So
I mean, but
so
like
I'm
there's-
very consistent in that. So I don't think.
Yeah, but there's a good
violence got us
chance that there
anywhere.
wouldn't be like an option for like businesses to discriminate against black people if there weren't
First
protests
of all,
that actually
okay,
caused the
He's never letting this kid finish.
So I think looting is wrong and destruction of property
Yes,
is wrong.
yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're doing it.
Well, I mean, that's illegal. Okay.
In the name of. It was wrong when they were smashing windows on January 6th. It's wrong when you're burning a Wendy's in the name of George Floyd.
Now he's perpetuating a second hoax by talking about that one. But ran into a great article done back then. Honey, Ashley Babbitt. Army Intel.
Okay, yeah.
Secondly, what was exactly being protested with the BLM? Like the death of George Floyd?
I mean, no, it's just police brutality and defunding police. Well, not only defunding.
He never allows anyone to finish a sentence. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you, he's abusive. He's nasty. He's a bully. He's not an intellectual. He's trying to pretend he's one. He's got some sort of hyperactivity issue. He's constantly moving his hands, his fingers. His facial expressions are saying, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. But this is a big, huge money laundering operation.
But like allocating those resources to different
It's so
areas.
It's so
that will
outrageous.
help-
There's not enough police in Black American neighborhoods.
I disagree.
And
I live in New York. There's police. There's four police in
crime
every
is
corner.
way up in New York, man.
I know, but it's not. But that's a
we used to
testament
have
to
more
how
police. No. The head count has gone down.
There's like 4
Hold on.
policemen every
so
corner.
let me ask you: was the
It's-
city safer under Giuliani or Bloomberg or under De Blasio or Adams?
This kid is clearly too young to remember.
What part of New York are you from?
I'm from like close to Harlem.
Okay, so
I'm
you
from
would know
Harlem.
this.
Why does he make these weird facial? Watch his teeth.
Intimately, then.
Yes.
So
You
he's
know
on the Upper East Side, I'm assuming.
that it was safer under Bloomberg than it was under de Blasio.
How could he remember that? The kid looks about 18 years old.
Yeah, I'm not very pro de
No.
Blasio or Adams.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, but just to be clear, that you're asking me like what protests I pick and choose.
Yeah.
Like, I also will see what they're protesting. Again, they all have a right to protest. To be
Yes,
clear,
yeah.
but if you're protesting something stupid, I'm going to criticize you. Like, how about this? Instead
But who decides if it's stupid?
of protesting against systemic racism,
Yeah.
why don't you go protest to put dads back in the home?
I think that's a pretty stupid.
It's
protest.
stupid to go put dads back in the home?
Yes.
Why? No, tell me. That's
because
so
that's
interesting.
not like I feel like to protest it has to be something more.
Why would you protest against having fathers back in the home? He's not a white dude either. Come on.
Systemic. The whole point
okay.
of
No, this is interesting. So instead of actually improving your life,
There was the A-OK.
dads back in the home?
Yes.
Why? No, tell me. That's
because
so
that's
interesting.
not like I feel like to protest it has to be something.
Yeah, I bet he has a snap card. Look at the size of this one.
More
Wait a
systemic.
minute. He's wearing a Pro TPUSA shirt.
Okay. No, this is interesting. So instead of actually improving your life, you should go protest and
Dads
scream.
back in the home is a pretty individual issue.
Exactly. That's what
Oh my God.
makes us different. So instead of going into the street and screaming about some sort of injustice, go improve your life.
Yeah, but that's not how you create change in a widespread audience.
Bingo. That's what makes conservatives different than leftists. Is that we think the true revolution should happen at home. The true revolution is you being a better citizen, getting loyally married to your spouse, having children, raising them well, going to church, having a job, being a good citizen, not going on the streets complaining about.
If he was traveling all the time, what church should he go to?
Well, I'm against that because
Wait a minute.
I think
So all the people standing around him have like 17. I think he always had crisis actors with him. This is a pro-Trump guy. He's got the brainwash tour. You're being brainwashed. Yeah, we are. Okay. Let's just finish this up here.
I think, and I'm not against that, but I'm just if whatever you.
I didn't like the whole putting down the mic every 2 seconds, fidgeting his hands. He's a dick.
Decide to do with your life is like what you decide to do, but I think
Well, you can't help it if your father abandons you now, can you? And as far as Charlie is concerned, if he was on the road something like 320 days a year, according to Peggy Hall, like almost every day, how is he a father in the home?
revolution comes through the gathering of people with like-minded views, and that can come most effectively through protest.
Sure, but I think be careful what revolution you try to invite.
Of course, yeah. Well, that's the point. People can
Oh my God, it's the First Amendment, you doofus.
choose if they want to or don't want to.
Yeah, I think that it's so interesting. Instead of trying to like create this massive revolutionary change, use that energy to look yourself in the mirror and saying, I have a lot of problems and I'm going to fix those problems.
But that only affects
society's
you.
problems.
But that only affects you.
Exactly, because that's what you can control. What we have turned into is a country that worries far more about other people's problems than their own problems.
Yeah, but what if there are a lot of societal issues? Like, what are we supposed to just like?
You made an entire job out of other people's problems.
Not care about
Well,
them?
of course, you should care about them, but these are where has the emphasis been on stop doing certain
Did you guys notice that he's always making facial tics?
behaviors that are obviously bad for you and therefore bad for society?
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm voting for Kamala. This kid was just like, "Are you happy for me?" Look at this fatso.
Well, because of the child tax credit and because of.
Really?
Yeah.
You know the one that Trump had in his tax cut?
No, I know. It's a good thing, though. I agree with it both.
Yeah, so and do you think that Kamala would manage the economy well?
Yeah.
Why hasn't she done it the last 3.5 years?
She's the vice president. Are we okay? Are we gonna? Are we
You're
gonna
right.
act
You
like
know what? He's looks made up also.
vice president is managing the economy?
Do you think Joe Biden's running the economy right now?
I think the White House senior staff.
I don't think this kid, with his backpack and his gut that you wouldn't have seen in my day, and he's even got man boobs, and could he be trans? I don't know. I don't think he knows what the economy is unless he is. This is obviously, I don't know what building this is. Okay.
Hold on a second. If Kamala Harris wanted to run the country, she could. How did Kamala Harris do with running the border?
Again,
How many illegals have come in under her watch? Can you guess?
7 million. Look, I obviously don't know the number off the top of my head.
It's 10 million people. Is
Yeah.
that a success?
I don't think the border wall would be any more of a success.
Well, hold on. Under Trump, border crossings were at an all-time low. Kamala Harris, 10 million people have illegally come to this country, which is more than the population of New Jersey. Why does she deserve to be a president when she can't even manage the border?
Why? Okay, so yeah, I know. The bill that Biden and Harris put in to increase the border patrol.
No. Don't. Just 1 second, please. No,
Yeah.
it's not about the bill. You could do this all by executive order. Remain in Mexico. They've decided to empower the foreign. Kamala Harris has overseen the border. She failed. She oversaw the
what?
Russian-Ukrainian. It's all by executive order. Remain in Mexico. They've decided to empower the foreign. Kamala Harris has
Why was that edited out?
overseen the border. She failed. She oversaw the Russian-Ukrainian dispute and went to the Munich Security Conference, and hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians died. She was the deciding vote on the Inflation Explosion Act that makes everyone have to pay more in goods and services.
But it's just this young guy isn't old enough to remember, like, to have had a budget to run a household. He probably doesn't pay an electric bill unless he's living in an apartment, but he wouldn't have any reference point to know. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Day was 3.5 years ago as VP. What has she done that has given you confidence she'll do a good job as president?
I mean, she inherited a bad COVID.
Now, I want you to look at his facial expression.
Economy, and it's gotten better. It has. It's gotten better since the COVID. Yes, the economy is better since the end of COVID.
Prices are higher. People can't afford homes. 1.5 million people lost their jobs in the last year. You ask anybody in the economy, the American people don't agree with you, by the way. 75% of Americans disapprove of the economy right now.
Yeah.
But if she was so good, by the way, so she says, I'm going to do no tax on tips, stole it from Trump. Why doesn't she just tell the IRS to do that right now?
Right. She's been in there years.
I don't honestly know much
She
about
does
tax
not have the power to do that as VP.
on tips and the IRS
But
thing.
let's just put all this aside.
Yeah.
Would you not agree that Trump's presidency was objectively better than Joe Biden's?
I would
He
not.
doesn't remember. He's only about 18. He would have been 14 years old.
Not agree on that. What did
How do
Trump
you judge
do that you really
border
were a fan
crossings
of?
all-time low? No new wars. You agree with that, right? No new wars.
He didn't pull out of Afghanistan, which he promised to do.
Hold on a second.
He
no
promised,
new wars.
He continued a war though.
Which war?
The war in Afghanistan.
How
He
many
pulled
Americans
troops out.
died in Afghanistan
He
under
didn't
Trump?
pull out troops though. He promised.
Yes, he
to.
did. He was winding it down. No new wars under Trump.
He had 4
Guys,
years.
let me talk, please. Guys.
Yeah.
But let me just
I mean, what is going on here? Okay.
the economy under Donald Trump. If you guys want to buy a home in your life, when Trump was president, please let
They don't even know what major they're going to do.
me talk, man. Jeez. When Trump was
What? You're talking over everybody else. Listen to what these people are saying so that then you can change their mind. He did not change anyone's mind. This kid is going straight to the ballot for Harris, and it's probably the first time he ever voted.
But let me just, the economy under Donald Trump, if you guys want to buy a home in your life, when Trump was president,
No one's even paying attention.
please let me talk, man. Jeez.
What the fuck?
When Trump was president, you required $75,000 a year to be able to own a home. It now requires $120,000 a year to buy a home under Harris and Biden. $50,000 more a year. So if you guys want to buy a home, you have to make $120,000 a year now, thanks to Kamala Harris.
It's no different though now, but whatever.
Guys, how much did it cost the last day of Trump's presidency, though?
$75,000 a year.
The last day of his presidency?
Yes.
During the height of COVID,
Yes.
it cost $75,000
Yes.
to buy a home?
Yes.
All right.
And gas was $2.
Look at how he's making all kinds of odd facial tics.
She's a millionaire.
And so I'm getting at this outside of vibes and Trump hatred. What has this woman done to earn anybody's vote? She won't take questions from the press. She didn't get a single vote from Democrat primary voters. She was installed by some sort of Zoom conference vote. Like, who is this person? Can you tell me?
And who are you?
Kamala Harris, who is she?
Like, why should, did she earn any votes? Like, how did she get here?
I mean, the vice president, or she was the vice president. He dropped out, and she was on the ticket. That's my best guess of why she is.
This child has never voted in a primary before. He didn't vote in this one because there wasn't one.
Looking at this, does that give you confidence that this person should be president?
I'm fine with her.
I get exactly what he's saying, but this child has no idea what he's not old enough.
Experience. I think she has a lot of experience for the office. Yeah, I don't think you can argue that she doesn't.
I mean, we already went to the border, but just like, you got to give me something, or the audience, like, make the case. Like, we're here in a battleground state, Wisconsin. Like, show me the case. I'll give you the case. Trump was president for 4 years. People were richer, world was safer, border was secure. Things were going really, really well. We respect our own. Kamala Harris, like, what's the thing? What's the sales pitch? Outside of vibes and Brat Summer, like, what is the pitch?
I mean, abortion's a big one. We're going to disagree on it, but I think it should be
abortion.
Let's say.
By the way, how has abortion changed since Trump became president? It hasn't. Oh, he gave it back to the states, but that was in his first term. So what I'm saying is, oh my God, the Supreme Court did that when Biden was president. I'm sorry, but it was her Supreme Court. Okay.
Let's say you're right on abortion.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that the most important civilizational issue? While we're on like,
it's pretty important to a lot of people.
So just. Let me understand. So Donald Trump says leave it to the states. How would that impact Wisconsin?
So Wisconsin is this extremely gerrymandered state. Most of our statewide elected officials are Democrats, and our state legislature is almost a supermajority of Republicans. It's not reflective of what the state actually wants. And the law we're defaulting to is from 1849, I think. So it's left to the states, but we're not going to pass any new. We're going to default to 1849.
Well, isn't there a ballot referendum around it? It's on the ballot, right?
Well, actually, honey, it wasn't legal until like 72, 73, 74, I think 72, if I'm not mistaken. So it has nothing to do with the 1800s.
Yeah, I was going to say, Wisconsin just legalized abortion. So how would Trump even interfere with your abortion plans?
I don't think I think it's by appointing pro-life judges to circuit courts and things like that. That's the main way.
Okay, so the case for Kamala is that Donald Trump might appoint circuit court judges.
He's going to appoint worse judges. That's one of the most important parts of the presidency.
So I'm just being clear.
Appointing judges is like
well, first of all, I think his judges were amazing and upheld the Constitution and the rule of law and all that. But it's remarkable to me that like the lack of the case for Kamala. Does it bother you? We can talk in a second. Does it bother you that she does not take questions from the press? I've been here for 3 hours. She will not take 5 minutes of questions. Does that bother you? For a president, not a senator.
You're not really having a conversation.
President.
I haven't watched her on the press a lot, so.
Because you wouldn't be able to watch her on the press, because she doesn't talk to the press. It's fine.
If she's not talking to the press, I think she should talk to him more. It's not going to change my vote, but I think she should talk to him more.
Okay, last question. I'm sorry to keep you here.
Yeah.
Is there anything that she could do that would make you
What
not
is
vote
this kid doing?
for her?
Yeah, I think if she reversed a lot of her positions from the Democratic Party and moved more to the
so
center,
like
of
saying that
course.
she's for fracking when she was against fracking,
Fracking,
or
I
saying
don't.
that she was like against the electric vehicle mandate when she was for the electric vehicle
I'm
mandate.
talking about issues that I care about more than fracking, like abortion and like gun control.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. So this is so interesting, and I'm glad we have clarity in that agreement.
Yeah.
I think preventing World War III and making sure Americans can own homes and having a robust economy not being invaded is far more important than the ability to murder unborn children, but we'll agree to disagree. Thank you.
That's where we ended, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, we go.
All right, yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Let me see the crowd size here.
Important than the ability to murder unborn children, but we'll agree to disagree. Thank you.
That's where we ended, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, we go.
So this was his big, huge fucking crowd 1 year ago.
All right, yes, sir.
All right, sweet.
Make sure you talk right into the mic.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, can I raise it a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
He's got to be an athlete.
I don't know. All right, how's this?
Perfect. Great.
All right. Hello, Charlie.
Can you guys give him a little bit more space? Just
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'd like to ask you, how do you feel about replacing the Electoral College with ranked choice voting?
I'm not a fan of ranked choice voting at all. Yeah. Do you want to explain what ranked choice voting is, or?
Yeah. So like.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So
what choice voting? I didn't even
with
hear.
ranked choice voting.
I'm not.
What? Why am I not hearing this?
All right. How's this?
Perfect. Great.
All right. Hello, Charlie.
Can you guys give him a little bit more space? Just
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'd like to ask you, how do you feel about replacing the Electoral College with ranked choice voting?
Ranked
I'm not a fan of ranked choice voting at all. Yeah. Do you want to explain what ranked choice voting is, or?
Yeah. So like. Yeah. Okay. So like RFK, for example, he dropped out of the race. I thought he was a pretty good candidate.
Oh
He had
my
a good-
God, what in the hell happened to our country? Look at this child.
policies, but under the two-party system that we have, he is suppressed, and I think the Electoral College has a lot of flaws. Territories, they can't vote. Conservatives in big blue cities, big blue states, are suppressed. They're ignored because of the winner-takes-all system, and the distortion of the votes. Like Wyoming is 4 times the voting power of California. I think there's a lot of flaws, and ranked choice voting would make our votes more specified.
Got it. So first, you were RFK fan. Are you voting for Trump now?
I don't want to say,
Okay.
but
I'll put you down as a probably. Yeah. Okay. Right. Put him down as a probably. Right. All right. But no, you're talking about two different things. The Electoral College is different than ranked choice. Ranked choice voting is a way of saying that basically the first loser ends up advancing as the candidate, right? So are you in favor of a popular vote for president, or?
I thought the ranked choice voting meant like you go to vote your favorite candidate's number one.
I mean, how come I've never heard of this before?
Pressed, they're ignored because of the winner-takes-all system, and the distortion of the votes. Like Wyoming is 4 times the voting power of California. I think there's a lot of flaws, and ranked choice voting would make our votes more specified.
Got it. So first, you were RFK fan. Are you voting for Trump now?
I don't want to say,
Okay.
but
I'll put you down as a probably. Yeah. Okay. Right. Put him down as a probably. Right. All right. But no, you're talking about two different things. The Electoral College is different than ranked choice. Ranked choice voting is a way of saying that basically the first loser ends up advancing as the candidate, right? So are you in favor of
The
a
first loser ends up advancing as the candidate?
popular vote for president, or?
I thought the ranked choice voting meant like you go to vote your favorite candidate's number one.
Correct. Yeah.
Do second. So like, I think that's good because people could give their overall thoughts, and people will be more researched about their.
Yeah, I mean, where we've seen ranked choice voting employed is usually by liberals and Democrats in very, very red states, and they end up basically eliminating the Republican Party. That's a little bit more nuanced. But as far as the Electoral College goes, I love the fact that Wisconsin is now one of the most important states in this election, and that Wisconsin values and Wisconsin voters are going to have to be heard by both candidates, and that it's not just a race in Los Angeles and New York City. Now, understand.
Now, people always think Wisconsin is battleground, blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's actually quite conservative. It's just, we've only had 2 elections for president where we had voter ID. 2020, it is a fact that fraud was rampant. People were doing 6, 7, 8 ballots. You didn't need ID. You didn't need proof of ID. You didn't have to write down your driver's license number. Nothing. You could have signed it with anything. All right, so I am about done with this guy. Now, I wanted to show you one more thing. I was watching Stu Peters on Rumble. So this, I'm trying to figure this guy out. I don't understand his hand signals, his gesturing. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Stu Peters had something going here today. He has someone called a demonologist on repeatedly. Now, I listened to the demonologist for about 5 minutes on one of his other shows. The demonologist, whatever that means, believes in, quote, the rapture, which to my knowledge, few religions do. Now, for me, I think it's ridiculous, and it's not really in the Bible. It's just being interpreted like that. Catholics do not believe in that. And some of the stuff he was citing in the Bible, I did look up on the Catholic Bible site, and it was just bullshit. So here we go.
In the media, the brainwashing and the propaganda.
Guess what is he wearing? What kind of a t-shirt is this?
Propagandizing.
Guess who silenced Kirk? He's got all his weird jewelry on. He's got all his weird tats. He's doing all his hand signals. He has this guy on that just looks like an absolute creep.
And the browbeating at their church. Well-intended Christians.
He's spewing a lot of weird, quote, Christian crap. This is someone that is very weird for me, this Stu Peters guy. He is deep, deep, deep intel.
Myself included, have been deceived. We've been duped. We've been misled. We've been lied to. This stuff here, and we're going to go through it all. We're going to put it on the screen so that...
The way he is sitting is a bit bizarre. Now look at this guy.
so that people can go along with this. But
He looks straight up like a devil guy.
overarching, the one thing that sticks out to me the most that I think that everybody needs to understand is that there is no legitimate Jew today. There's in 2025 as we
Okay, I'm going to end it by just looking at this. Look at this character. And look at the crap that he's spewing. The latest fad is being anti-Israel. Which okay, what do I mean by that? Like, I don't even know what I mean by that. Like you're supposed to hate. I don't like these people, but I'm being told constantly over and over again that I'm supposed to hate everything about that group, who do identify as a race, by the way. And when I'm being told by people like this guy who I should hate and who I should love and all that, I'm very sus. He's got all his black and white Masonic bullshit. His body language screeches something very strange.
sit here in real time right now, there is no genetic Jew alive.
The lineage of the Jew has been just decimated. It's been wiped out. And in fact, it got wiped out by God.
See what I'm saying? He's spewing stuff. It's been wiped out by God. Wow. Yeah. He's like wearing weird robes. He's all in black. It's all black and white. Shit's weird. So I'm going to be posting this at another video, and I don't know if you liked it or not. So